I can see my bait in real time. I can see the fish in real time. And watch it hop up. Oh, the fish, see that fish come after it? Oh, he got it. Got him. That's how awesome Livescope is right there. Okay, so a quick little lesson. People always ask, well, what is Livescope? Livescope is basically real-time sonar, which is out in front of the boat, where a lot of sonars traditionally you have to go over the top of them to see them, to know what's there, to see what's revealed, and then have to go back and fish it. This is in real time. Wherever I point my trolling motor is where I'm looking in real time. So as you can see, my trolling motor is pointing out slightly left here at probably 10 or 11 o'clock, and I'm looking out in front of the boat. So imagine right here is my trolling motor. Right where my depth is the trolling motor, and I'm looking out in front of the boat. Right now I've got it set at a 40-foot range, so 0 to 40 foot. This is basically right under the boat. So right underneath the boat we have grass, but like right here, this is a school of shad, and you can see them in real time swimming through the grass. So you can actually follow these fish with the trolling motor. As you can see, there's that school of shad, and they're swimming along, and look, I turn and now the shad are out here. But you can see here I'm looking right underneath the front of the boat. Out 18 feet is this grass edge, and then boom, we drop into the channel and we've got a school of shad out here. The reason I'm doing it this way is just to explain it so we're not moving. I've had my power poles down so we're positioned in one spot. So a lot of times you're looking at this in real time as you're trolling down the bank or fishing a spot or something like this. So I'm just holding us in one spot so you can see what I'm talking about here. So these are fish. See, these fish are sitting out. These little white dots are fish sitting out from the grass. Here's some more bait fish right up along the edge. And it's another tool. It's one of these tools, you know, that's all what we as fishermen do. We want the latest, greatest fishing lure, the hottest rod and reel to make you a better fisherman, and that's what Livescope is. It's another tool to make you a better fisherman. There's my crankbait going right by the fish, moving along. So it's really cool too. That fish is right there looking at it. Look, my bait's floating up and the fish is watching it. See it move a little bit? So the fish is checking that thing out. You can see my bait floating up. It got down to 7 feet. It's floating to the surface, approximately 9 feet out in front. So here in a second, my bait should float to the surface. Here it comes. You can see it right there. So that just shows you I can see my bait in real time. I can see the fish in real time. I can see how the fish relate to my bait, how they react to it. There's the fish there. There's my jerk bait. You can see me jerking along. The fish is coming up to it. And, oh, look at this one coming after it. Oh. And see, that's what's so cool about Livescope, guys. In real time, you're seeing how fish are reacting to your bait. You see when they react positively and you see when they react negatively. But it's really cool when you actually throw your bait out there and you can watch a fish swim up there and eat your bait in real time. Livescope is another tool to make you just that much more efficient on the water. So right here we've got a couple fish swimming along the bottom. We got a fish up here. There's a couple fish right there. And it's got a grid so you can see 15, about 14 feet out. Here's these fish, 14 feet out that way, about 6 feet deep. I can see the bait down here a lot deeper. So, you know, this would tell me if I was actually out here fishing, hey, maybe I need to fish something that's going a little bit deeper, because I can see that the fish are out here in 14 foot of water, but my bait's only getting down, you know, 5 or 6 feet down. There it is. So there's my jig on the bottom. And watch it hop up. Oh, the fish, see that fish come after it? Oh, he got it. Oh, he had it. Dang it. Stole my pincher. That was crazy. You got to remember, it's a pretty narrow cone on the Livescope, so you got to, you know, really keep it right in that cone. There's my bait, and it takes a little bit of practice. There's right on that fish. He got it. Gosh darn it. Twice. Stole both pinchers. 2 casts, stole both pinchers. So there goes my worm. There it goes. So my worm's right there on the bottom. Did he get it? He got it. Got him. So there he is. So there you go. We saw fish right under the front of the boat, about 8 foot out on Livescope. Pitched my crawl out there, and he bit both pinchers off. Pitched the worm down in there and caught him. That's how awesome Livescope is right there. Cool. See those fish coming up the bottom there? So here I'm adjusting the depth range, and what that means is how far out from the boat that's actually looking. And we're out at 30 feet. Obviously, the closer in, the more detailed you can see. There's my worm. There's some fish actually coming right at it. Let's see what happens here. There's my worm hopping, and there's actually a fish right there with it. You can see there's some fish falling. It might be a little bluegill, I don't know. But there's clearly fish that are entertaining my worm. Okay, got it. That's not a bad fish. That's pretty crazy right there. That's how effective Livescope is right there, guys. Here I am just sitting here showing you how to use this, and we can see fish swimming along, and they're swimming up and biting it just as we're sitting here showing you all how to use this. That's crazy. That's a cool rock pile right there. I found this. Here's a rock pile. We're about to go over it, and I can see some fish on top of it. So, you know, that's what idling around will do for you. Wow, look at that. You can clearly see it there. It looks like there's some fish on top of it. So I'm just going to pitch my little jig right out here. Yep, there's my, yep, look at my bait hopping there. So we're not quite up on the rock pile. We got over it a little bit. Oh, there's a fish bite. Oh, we got it. He just came up there. Little bass. So, okay, you can see right out in front of the boat, 10 feet out in front is this rock hump. So what I can actually do, I'll push anchor lock, and we're going to drift around a little bit, but I know 10 feet out right here, because Livescope told me, I should be able to pitch out there now and catch a fish. See, there's a fish coming right at it on the Livescope. There he is. I can see him on the sonar too. There's a fish right at it. Get it. Oh, got it. Oh, I had it. Pull my pants down here. So we're still right on top of that hump. There goes my jig down there. Oh, got it. As soon as I hit the bottom, look at that. Now that's pretty cool to come to a lake I've never been on. All we did was idle around and found this rock pile. We saved a waypoint on, came over here, used Livescope, and catching some fish. Look at that fat little dude. Now guys, that's not a giant fish, but I'll tell you what, when you're learning how to fish and become a better fisherman, I'll take this kind of stuff any day, because I knew I did everything right to get the fish to bite. A lot of the size depends on the lakes you're at, the time of year and all that, but that right there makes me feel pretty good. Look how fat that sucker is. He's eating well. Look at that. So there's a perfect shot of a school of shad, and I can follow them around. I can turn the trolling motor, and you can see them swimming along. We can kind of chase them. So you can see that school of shad. You can see some bigger fish probably feeding on them. Look at that. You can see the fish feeding on them. Look at that. Let's see if we can't catch one of those. So that's the thing with Livescope, they can't hide. We can chase them down. As you can see, we're getting closer and closer. Got it. So you can see this rock pile we're working our way up to, but is a school of bait that are up on this rock pile. So we can turn. See, there's my bait going down on the Livescope. Look, he came and got it. Get it. So we'll drop it on down there. Got him. They're not big ones, guys, but the exact same thing happens on the big ones. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. That's a better one. Right down in the school. Well, a little bit better. That's fun. Even though they're not big, it's fun. This is a lesson on how to trust your electronics, use them, understand what you're looking at, and ultimately catching fish. So it helps me, hopefully it'll help you. So there it is. If you have Livescope, you're going to be more effective out there on the water. You're going to be able to see the fish, see what your bait's doing, see how the fish react, and you're going to put more fish in the boat because of it.